So CrazyMage is sporting like a demon warlock. Nacanoob is obviously sporting his traditional druid that he played for quite a bit. These guys were allowed to change decks from the barrel brawl into this king and jungle format. And obviously see a nice start from CrazyMage. He has the nice low drops with the void collar to potentially get some huge drops out very early. Nacanoob not having any ramp just yet, so he's kind of gotten unlucky. I'm not sure how much value the Black Knight will have in this matchup. CrazyMage is probably going to be running some taunt givers, considering warlocks of this nature usually do. So it looks like Nakanoob's going to just take his time with this void collar, get it down in health, you know, one by one. He could potentially take like 6 damage here from the void collar. So, laugh out loud. Or this is a void walker, yeah, void walker. Oh yeah, looks like, ooh, no ramp for a long time. So obviously we have to put the favor into CrazyMage, considering that's generally how just druid matches work in general. If he doesn't get his ramp, he's just kind of SOL. He will have a nice curve coming out of this though. I guess not, he doesn't have a 5-drop, but you know, plenty of chances to get that 5-drop. They're fairly common in druid decks. So tap on 3 for CrazyMage. He could throw down like an abusive sergeant here, but he feels that's not necessarily needed. Shudder finally comes down for Nacanoob, so turn 4 he's actually able to start doing stuff. And Imp Implosion, how lucky will it get? Oh, it does not get lucky at all. Ooh, wow. That's actually a really nice draw as well. That trades very well with the board and still stays alive. And then even challenges any other 1-drops that potentially come out. So it looks like Nacanoob just wants to take care of it. He doesn't want to go for phase too soon. He did get a nice 5-drop, but he chose to play the Shredder instead of the 5-drop, which is interesting. Now CrazyMage, is he going to go for... He looked like he wanted to go for a faceless, but I think that might be rather weird, but if he wants to go for it, you know, definitely, he knows what he's doing.
So many possibilities.
Gonna start out with a Mortal Coil. And I guess this would leave him open to... Oh, he doesn't have any demons, so he does not want to get the Void Collar. Looks like a Sludge Belcher does work nicely here, though. Rather than the Lotheb. Ooh, a Black Knight. Nice, so Nakanoob's gonna take care of that guy really fast. And he has the first half of the combo in his hand. So we could be approaching turn 9 fairly soon. And Warlocks love to get kind of low in life just on their own. Obviously he has some sticky minions already, so this combo could be like really dangerous. Yeah, here we go with the life taps. Now does that mean a Void Collar? There's no demons. So he's gonna go with a silence. He's not gonna deal with a bluff. He's scared of it, but he's able to handle it. He's able to trade in his guys well. He might be, yeah, so if he does that, he's gonna go into a Hellfire range, or like a Shadow Flame range with a lot of minions. And he gets a fairly decent minion. I'd say that's a nice sturdy minion to stay alive for the combo whenever it does come. He has 2 draws to get it, if he doesn't like cycle the Thanos somehow. CrazyMage has the heal bot that he might be tempted to play here soon. He doesn't have any really good plays. Nothing too spectacular to basically faceless manipulator.
I wonder.
Okay, so Nerubian Egg, and I guess a heal bot. But with these 3 minions on board, and the heal bot doesn't even challenge the minions very well, this Savage Roar looks quite almost devastating. It's obviously not lethal just yet, but it is, you know, dangerous. He's trying to figure out lethal, considering he could charge his Druid's Claw, that would give him 4 minions, so Savage Roar would essentially do 10 damage plus whatever's on board here, so that would be 18 damage. Well, actually, it would be 22 damage, considering there would also be a charged druid. So 22 damage right now, so he's 5 off lethal, so he probably just has to, oh, so he's going to actually just take care of this with some hero powers, it looks like. Dr. Broom's really nice. He would like to get this combo piece, considering, you know, next turn is turn 9. But he's going to get CrazyMage into combo range regardless, even with his stuff on board. And if he plays Dr. Boom here, that means he's dead. But as far as other answers, he would have to do something with Shadow Flame. He has the power Overwhelming, so he could power Overwhelming like his egg with an Abusive Sergeant to kill everything on board. So that would be the play to stay alive. A tempting play, a greedy play I guess, would be this Dr. Boom, but you know, giving a nice... Ooh, he's gonna start with the tap. Ooh, Arcane Golem.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Looks like he's gonna do the Shadow Flame combo. Yeah, and this is gonna work really nicely. Gonna save him a lot of trouble. And set up his board really slick. But there's the combo. He's at 19 life, so not quite there yet. So we might see a Dr. Boom from nacanoob. So the druid's hanging in there quite nicely considering he had no ramp, and he still doesn't really have too much ramp. I don't think we've seen an innervate or anything coming to his hand. So the druid has just had a really nice curve regardless. Just going head to head with this, and CrazyMage... Now, how can CrazyMage stay alive here? I think he would have to do something with like Healbot and Arcane Golem to kill the Dr. Boom. But that would still... it would still be kind of sketchy depending on how the Boombots actually hit after he traded his Nerubian egg guy. What's this name? Nerubian. Oh, it's just Nerubian. Okay, cool. So he might be going for maybe a more greedy play by facelessing the BGH, or facelessing the Dr. Boom. Ooh, that's a really good Boombot hit. That's exactly what he looks like. Is he gonna silence the other Boombot? That would be really slick. Okay, I guess that works, but that does mean Lethal is on board and GG. Here we go. Nakanoob's gonna take game 1. And we'll go into game number 2. Let's take a quick look at the brackets. Email Support and God Meste, they did start their game, but we had to postpone a little early. So that game is currently tied at 1-1. They have to finish it off with their last game whenever God Meste does come back. And we're in the game number 2 for CrazyMage versus nacanoob. And nacanoob is ahead by 1 game, so CrazyMage kind of has to pull this out, or he's gone from the tournament. Oh, and Terry En just logged on, so...
Why do you fall?
Sadly, Terry En, we kind of had to give away Terry En's position. And that kind of sucks, but no worries. So Rafa's gonna come out for 3, it looks like. nacanoob doesn't really have too much of his ramp just yet. He would like some heavier some wild growths, but he has the innervate. Hopefully that does help. That'll allow him to essentially smooth out his curve. So he's dealt with the answers quite well. Shredder is definitely nice, and then he can innervate out a Druid Claw next turn. Now this Void Caller will get a Doom Guard, guaranteed if he decides to trade, but it looks like he's just going to silence it. Fairly strong silence target. You know, you're going to save yourself a lot of pain if you just get rid of the demon before it even leaves the hand.
I must safeguard the light.
That's what he goes for, and does he do anything else? Maybe just go to face. I think he wants to go to face just considering how his hand is looking right now. He already has some combo pieces. So he's just going to go to face, start some work. But CrazyMage also has some of his combo pieces in, like, the Arcane Golem, Power Overwhelming. He has the Beast Sergeant in there as well, and we did see a Faceless Manipulator in here, so CrazyMage does have a combo, lethal combo of his own. Obviously, it's a little bit more card intensive than the Druid's 2 cards needed, but it also does a lot more damage, to be honest. Well, actually not a lot more, just 20 damage. So Nerubian Egg's gonna be nice, and how does CrazyMage trade this? I guess the Abusive Sergeant will allow him to trade for the Keeper, keep his guy alive. Now, not gonna... Does he go for the Cycle or does he go for the Taunt? I think he might feel comfortable with the amount of cards that he has in his hand, and the Taunt might look a little bit better. He could also go with like a... Kill the egg, swipe down the Nerubian. Oh, looks like it's... Okay, so he's just trying to figure out the best one.
What to do?
So he does swipe down one guy. He's gonna go to face with the rest. Now, CrazyMage, he has to answer back. I mean, he's getting low on life already. He has no heal just yet. He has some taunt givers. He gets a nice hit there by hitting a perfect 3.
Job's done.
And the second Savage Drawer, so that would almost be lethal if he could get maybe a Druid the Claw to the face along with the Direwolf. That would put him really, really low. Yeah, that's what... Ooh, wow. That's what he's gonna do. Is this lethal? Let's just let it happen. We're not gonna stress it. We're just gonna let it happen. Perfect lethal. Nice. So Knockin' Up's gonna take game number 2. CrazyMage is sadly out of the tournament, but Knockin' Up is gonna move on. And let's update the brackets.